All right. And let's go ahead and stop off No Return or Never Return by Carvings. Yoink. All right, and we are back. I know it's actually been, I think a month when I looked at Twitch. It said we had the chance to play Vampire again.
Yep.
I am not liking all this rescheduling crap. But it happens. Oh, well. Okay, so with that being said, the last time all of us got together, there was a bit of a recap, and everybody ended up meeting the new neighbors, having conversations about the intricacies between werewolves and vampires to some extent. And I'm absolutely going to keep that for this game, Missy. Your hair looks wicked fading out into the background on this. I'll probably change it for next game, but it looks awesome doing that.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's
The
all
red splashes.
yeah, well, because it's the background, so it's like as she moves, you'll see parts of the red background.
Hmm.
So, with that being said, it's been, we'll say, about 4 days since the last time all of you met. It's I don't want to say it's been relatively quiet, but as far as like high drama and crap happening, nothing's kind of stood out. Kyrene and Damaris have been doing a good job of making sure that uh, Adam is taken care of, so he's kind of on the low key right now.
That's right. I forgot Kareen was around.
Yes, she is still around. And for those of you who have asked, because I know it's been brought up as well, the S's, the former tie-ins to Bear, Stephanie and I don't know, Susan, they moved into the old semi-purposed house that belonged to the vampires that you guys freed. That only to turn around in season 2 get golded.
Well, Jill's still around somewhere.
Jill is still around somewhere. Yes.
Did Jill go with them? Because that's where she was. That's where she came from, right?
Jill is still kind of listless and without a purpose right now. At last you guys checked. But she's been hanging around them because they're kind of in the same boat. Like, Bear was their focal point, either by blood bond or by just daily routine. And with him not in the mix anymore, with him not being in the mix anymore, it's kind of thrown their world into disarray, as well as now one of them is embraced.
And still don't know if I'm the father,
Right?
so to speak.
That has not been fully clarified as of yet. That is an accurate assessment.
I
Yep.
check that.
Is there a vampire like equivalent to Maury?
Maury Povich.
Yeah, I know. There you go. And the test results.
There's some rituals that can do it, but I am not privy to those rituals.
Yes, because that's
No.
mostly a Tremere thing.
And you need to do it in front of the studio audience.
I check that. So all I can do is assume that she is, and try to just teach her where
Yeah.
I can if she's willing to accept the tutelage.
Right. And to be perfectly honest, that's probably a fair way to go about it. Since you can't really clarify it anyways, and they're going to need some sort of tutelage on what it means to be an anarch as well as a vampire,
Yeah.
probably not a bad idea. So, but however, everybody has received a message from Quan, and Quan has asked that everybody meet him at a location you guys are unfamiliar with. But it's an address. It looks like it's some sort of it may be another type of bar or something.
So many bars around here.
Well, I mean, it's a college town.
Yeah. I mean, wanna go? I mean, I suppose we should.
The address doesn't look like anything we've ever seen or a company that we're familiar with.
Yeah,
If
no,
I-
it's definitely a place nobody's been to.
Okay.
It's
We have
actually
each other's numbers too,
it's
right?
actually called the Willow House.
Do we have each other's numbers that we can reach out to?
I would assume so. Yeah. Not that we need to go into like every specific detail, but you guys have had enough interaction that and need to reach each other, that unless somebody specifically stated, no, you guys don't have my number. Yeah, you guys will probably have each other's number.
All right.
If it's a big group, text message. I'm just going to text back on my way. See all of you there soon.
Bears is tempted to text back. Take me off of this phone list. She'll be reply back. Okay.
I guess I'll find a way there with not having a car. Yeah.
Do you have any resources?
No.
No resources background. Okay, not a problem.
Yep.
Which means you probably don't have a bank account either. That's okay.
No.
Are you in the group chat though? Or are you
Oh yeah.
Yes, he does have a phone.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you can post that in the chat. That you need
Oh,
help.
I will, because I kind of got turned like before, getting like a bank account and stuff like that. So
Oh, you're a youngin'.
yeah.
Alistair's all mopey outside again.
I know.
Aw.
Well, I'm gonna have Robert text back that we can come pick you up, or and then you can just tell us where to pick you up at.
Yeah, I'll text back. Appreciate it.
So then Quan texts back and he's like, "Wait, you don't have a car?"
And I text him. I was like, "Did you see me with a car when we first met?"
Yeah. I mean, you were with a car.
I was in a van and I was tied up and tased. And I think shot too. Like,
But
So
treated
then-
as a
So then he sends a note with like an overdramatic sigh, and he says, "Hesperia, can you get your guy like a quote unquote burner car?" We already gave him a burner phone.
I'm going to go ahead and tactfully reply, LOL. Okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer.
I'm gonna.
If you're paying for it, absolutely. I mean, otherwise, I will try my best. And then smiley face.
Okay.
It's kind of, I mean, Hesperia's car is kind of a burner too, huh?
Oh, I
No,
forgot about
Hesperia actually, because this was way back in season 1. She left her stolen vehicle in a parking lot, so it's long since gone. And a part of the cessation of hostilities between the Anarchs and Giovanni, she actually got a new one, which is currently collecting dust where she last parked it, because she hasn't touched it for a season and a half.
I don't remember that car.
I did get a car, and you know what? Remus is gonna get a gift. Provided that he learns how to drive Hesperia around.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, at this, like, as you're thinking that, Remus probably texts back the group and be like, "Don't worry, guys, I don't know how to drive."
That makes 3 of us.
That makes 4 of us. You can learn, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
We are a piece of work.
I'm a politician. I don't need to drive.
I've been driving for 15 years.
Bears is like,
I can provide
WTF.
We have people for that. Come on.
UTF, you guys are that old and don't know how to drive.
I've been driving for 15 years.
I'm the hippie, and even I know how to drive.
I feel like I lived in essentially poverty for 17 years and then became a homeless waif.
Yeah. Isn't
Like Damaris puts a picture of like her next to a VW bus from like the 70s or something,
For real.
just to like show them up.
She's going like this.
All right. Well, am I coming from home, or am I coming from elsewhere?
Good question. You would at this point probably be coming from elsewhere. So he
We
would
need-
he would have been by to pick you up.
Okay.
He probably would have already been there since you already told him you need to be picked up tomorrow, so he would have already been prompt.
Okay.
So getting there for you is not going to be an issue. You're just leaving from a different point of origin.
Should I pick up people on the way? Are you all accounted for?
Yeah, I think Henri's gonna get
Pick me up.
All right. I'll swing by
And and in character, Damaris and Hesperia were staying at Sophie and Colin's place still, correct? Because there's no haven that's been established.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So 3 nights ago, so 3 nights ago, Sophie shows up out of the blue with what appeared to be almost a mummified corpse over her shoulder. She hasn't been able to talk much, and she's been very busy taking care of other things. But you did find out that she managed to find Colin, and he is almost completely dehydrated and out of food. So his skin looks all like skin and bones and
He's
everything.
been reasoned.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh,
Because he's been missing for several weeks
I
now.
don't think. Like, wow. Okay. Do we even have food here?
What kind of food would he need, Damaris? I
I don't know. Human food.
You just
I
stick
don't-
them in the water.
do we
One
throw,
alcoholic human beverage.
do we open a can of beans and like throw it at him?
Actually, I read before that, I mean, he doesn't look like he might be able to chew anything and probably can't handle solids. So, I mean, what do they feed baby kittens? Like, what, milk and bread to get some liquid in him?
That's
mean, I
probably
don't know.
a good idea.
Okay, do we have that here?
That
Doug probably has some food.
Yeah, that's between Doug and Sophie. That's why Sophie isn't here. She's actually completely preoccupied with dealing with that. So between the two of them, they have, over the past couple of days, been making runs and getting order ins from
Wow.
like Whole Foods and shit like that and delivery.
So he's alive, he's on the mend, but he's not talking, and hey, so he's recovering.
Yes. So I just want to make sure you guys
Okay.
were aware of that currently. So
Do we know anybody with medical training where we can order in an IV or something to help Sophie and Colin out so that
you do, and that was something that was being worked on. Sophie was trying to work in tandem with. Hold on one second. His name was Maxwell from the morgue.
okay.
I have one in medicine. I have basic medical, but I focus more on anatomy and things like,
Right.
you know,
taking things apart.
yes, I'm very good at that.
That's a different Maxwell, right?
Right.
Yes.
That's a different Maxwell, right? Okay.
hmm
Other than the guy we're hunting, I think he's Maximilian.
Yeah.
Yes, he is Maximilian.
Also, randomly,
Oh, why did I put
Maxwell is Trudy's last name, in case anybody needed more confusion.
Okay.
So with that being said, and clarify, I just want to let you guys know that is why Sophie is not here. She is actually horribly preoccupied with dealing with him, and she herself even looks a little frazzled the whole time doing it. But the location you guys all show up to eventually The section of town is actually a little run down. It looks like it was probably hip, maybe about 15 years ago or so. It does have a nice kind of segue off of the university that's here. It just looks like when things started happening in town, probably that portion of town just kind of moved away from there, and so it lost a lot of businesses. So there's several small storefronts and whatnot that are open and vacant. Most of the small buildings here are 2-story, and so it's like they have like a store on the top and store on the bottom or whatnot. But they're all like artsy fartsy, or at least they used to be, type stores here. Like they would sell new age stuff, but that place is out of business, or like 1 or 2 art studios, which sees business infrequently as as it stands. The place itself, the Willow House, is actually still an active, but currently dead. There's nobody else in there. Bar. When you guys go walking in, it looks like it used to cater to. It used to cater to the art crowd. There is a kind of small platform deck that extends up maybe 2 feet off the ground, and set up where a small band could play for some live music. There still is an assortment of artwork posted around, as well as ceramics. So it's kind of a bar/art house. So you could see where, if maybe art kind of came back, or some sort of livelihood came back to this particular neck of the wood, like if some of the other buildings were probably occupied again, it would probably have some sort of resurgence. As of right now, though, when you go walking in, it's clear Quan has paid for the services of the building itself, so nobody else is here.
Okay.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, so everybody come in. I've got staff. Nobody else is here at this point. I have family tending to that, so if we need to talk about really anything, we can. Nothing to worry about there."
Mr. Cronin, put this area on my list, please.
Right away, ma'am. And he starts pulls out his tablet and starts taking some notes, and he actually steps away from you and stands near the front door. And Quan kind of like pointing around, and he says, "Yeah, this location used to be kind of I don't know I'd call it hip or whatnot, but some of the anarchs used to come here back in the day. Probably the ones that were more in line with art, or they liked the liveliness of the place. Don't ask me who. I'll draw a blank. But it did have some vampire activity here. I just don't know if it was ever owned by any of us, at that time frame. But thank you all for coming on such short notice. I had some things come up, and I wanted to talk to all of you about it. Kind of get your input, and of course let you know what was going on, as a council, obviously. So this is kind of an official thing. I don't remember who all is and is not on the council here. I think Remus and Henri, I think you're the only 2 that aren't, but you're obviously associated with the Anarchs. So first things first, we have a new Donna coming into town. She should be here in less than a week, probably the next couple of nights. She was formerly the consigliere here.
That's a lieutenant?
Yes, yeah. Fancy Italian term for second in charge, yeah. So she's coming back to add some stability, obviously, on our side of things, but she's already had some familiarity with the city previously, too. So she might be a wealth of information as far as that's concerned. So with that being said, I also wanted to alert everybody to an anomaly. Sophie had me had me ask Max, Max at the city morgue, if he could lend some medical help for Colin, which I think maybe some of you know that she managed to find Colin. When I went to him to talk to him and see if there was something we could do, he let me know that the police are starting to see some problems with funds, basically finances within the police department. There's been some unforeseen shortfalls. I haven't had a chance to look into it because the police department wasn't really my thing. I tend to be more contacted with the university, but I did want to bring that up to the rest of you. This has started to see a spike in crime as well. So I don't know if the two are related. Primarily right now, it seems like we have a spike in tourists or tourism, but that spike in tourism seems to be juxtaposed with problems, obviously, with like minor crime of that nature, issues like what's the term? Not felonies, but misdemeanors. So a lot of misdemeanors. So it's basically keeping the police preoccupied with a lot of things. And I again, because I don't exactly have my finger on the pulse as far as the police department is concerned, I did try to keep an eye and ear out because obviously our problems with the hunters, and I didn't want to see like a resurgence. So I don't know if they're related or what exactly is happening. But I did want to bring that to your attention as well. I don't know if anybody has heard anything or seen anything, but that's going to quickly become an issue if we can't find a way to resolve that, especially with the unresolved issues with Medford and the drug trafficking. With the Sabbat no longer being there, and I hate to say it like this, but they did kind of keep a rein on that, at least guidance. And now with them not there, it's pretty out of control. And it's spilling over into Ashland again. What is going on, Justin? Cool Imp in the chat.
So, do you have any good news, Quan?
The new Donna was good news.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that good news at the beginning. Do you have any good news to end with?
Let me think. The meeting obviously went well with the werewolves.
Yeah.
Difference of opinions on that one.
Well, no, I mean, I get that. And I also see the other side of things. We're not really in a position to kind of enforce our will where that comes into play. And I want to rectify that, which I'm not your Baron, but I'm certainly open to ideas.
Yeah. Anything that you have in mind other than maybe, I don't know, creating some fresh meat to bolster our numbers? I don't at this point, I think our hands are kind of tied.
We need more control. We need more direct control over the city.
So, in my day, that usually meant taking ghouls in various aspects of the city. Is
Right.
that something that has been done?
To my understanding, there is some, but there's still really
Yeah.
a lot left to be accounted for.
I believe the mayor is somebody's, but I don't know who. I met him one time. Who else? I mean, do we have an in with the police department that could come in handy?
We do, but as I just indicated, they're having some
I have.
issues.
So issues that we shouldn't be following up on, or
No, we probably should.
I'm
I have only one dot of influence.
I have
Police.
Oh, you have police?
Maybe we can. I have one dot in police. Maybe we can
Okay.
pull that influence.
That would probably be a good idea. Just thinking out loud, we really need to figure out, first off, where the shortfall is happening and why. And then from there, pardon me, got the hiccups. We can probably figure out what to do about it then. I hesitant to say that this may be, I mean, it could be an issue of embezzlement, given the fact that we just had those a lot of building contracts come through with like the rebuilding of that downtown building, as well as the construction around it for repair work. It's possible somebody greased the wheels to get that to go through rather quickly.
what part of town is this crime tending to be in? Oh, is that is mine? Good. Get rid of that. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Oh no!
What part of town is primarily being impacted by the crime?
Right now, the northern and southern tips, from what I understand, that's where a lot of the reports seem to be coming from. The north, again, I haven't looked fully into it. I'm going to assume that issues coming in from the north are probably lower income housing that are dealing with the influx of the drugs from Medford. South, I don't know.
Wasn't there a and you have to forgive me, I've forgotten the name of this group, but there was another group of anarchs in that area. Weren't they like supposed to be like controlling that sort of drug trafficking sort of aspect of it?
Yes, you're actually talking about the Revolutionary Whispers, and it looks like we
Yes.
lost them in the fight. Which, actually, that's a good segue, Damaris. We should probably figure out what to do with Anzios. That's kind of an entire staff on autopilot right now that has exposure to what we do.
Yes, we need to address that. Okay.
We definitely don't. Yeah.
I'll leave that one up to you, Hesperia, and let the Anarchs deal with that one. Obviously, we've already got plenty of holdings, and that would probably be a feather in a cap of whoever wants to take that over.
You know, if this group is in need of resources, that could actually be a good option
Good resource.
for one of you.
I don't know
I've-
anything about running a restaurant. I mean, I've been there a few times.
I mean, I've been there a few times since I came to town, and it seemed to be running just fine to me. You may not actually need to directly run it.
Yeah.
You may just need to, frankly, ghoul somebody in charge so that they keep it open to us.
Do I remember who is like in charge at Anzio's outside of like the group? Was there particular that really kind of directed the staff that
Yeah,
was Gould,
nobody
but maybe is
got
no
that.
longer?
Yeah, nobody got that in depth. You'd have to go there and find out who the manager was, but that's not really hard.
Okay, I can take a trip down there. They remember me. I've been there a few times. I went there right after the big us.
Hmm. And what are we going to do about the mountain
Is there?
club?
I'm betting there's a mountain club.
Is it still being rebuilt?
Well, that whole section is still being rebuilt, but that was kind of like a historic site for Ashland. So, and it had previously been a location that had catered to our kind as well.
That was a place that I had some interest in, but I haven't been able to move forward with that as of yet.
Okay.
I've had other ventures to worry about lately.
Is that the project that I heard from Malcolm?
Um, I'm not sure what he told you.
Well, you're the real estate lady, right?
You could say that, yes.
Okay, because is it like a secret?
You mean the Haven?
Well, yeah.
No, it's not a secret, but
Okay.
we're still working on that too.
Oh, okay.
No,
That's fine.
I meant my I've got a number of projects in town.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Sorry, I didn't know all the fingers that you or all the pies you had fingers in, as it were. Remus, you're awfully quiet. I know you are the street level type, but don't you have like any thoughts or comments?
I mean, I don't really know what I can do to. Uh,
Aren't the streets your thing?
well, I mainly stick to one part of it, but
Oh,
if there's drug trafficking and it's in lower income areas, I can always try and sniff out whoever is behind it. Maybe I can try to find some information there.
okay.
I've actually got a contact I can maybe try um, looking into, like see, and uh, I will for the first time ever. I'll pull out my phone and I'm gonna contact Virginia,
Okay.
who is one of my contacts
Mm-hmm.
in the police, and I'm gonna ask, or I'm just gonna like send her just a quick message, something like I can't talk now,
Mm-hmm.
but if there's anything I can help you out with, especially concerning like things that we're both concerned about, please let me know.
Okay. Then she shoots you a text right back. Says I'll have something for you in about an hour ish.
All right, I'll just text back thank you, and then just wait for her to contact me back.
Okay.
So, but as far as the drug thing goes, are we thinking that is this just human level stuff, or are we thinking this is something more like supernatural? Because if I go poking around and I discover that it's a den of Frankenstein's or something, I don't want to get in trouble.
I've never heard of a Frankenstein in real life or a den thereof, but yeah, that would be bad.
I
But
mean,
I follow
a
you.
couple
I
of years.
follow you, and that's no, it's a fair
Yeah.
point because we just don't know.
Okay.
Previously, they had been, like I mentioned, it had been the Sabbat that were kind of coordinating that for their own means, at least from the at least from the north side where Medford is. I mean, I don't know about you, Hesperia, but that I think that really warrants looking into, because if that really is yet another supernatural, like, I don't know, presence of some kind, that could be a problem.
Yeah, we need to get further information before you make any courses of action. Um, Remus, are you comfortable doing recon on that, or do you need somebody to help you?
I mean, I'm used to going it alone, but if I need to make a, hmm. Let me see what I can sniff out first. If I can find out maybe what they're selling or who the contacts are, maybe I'll get with you all to help me trace it back to somebody, and then we can decide if a move has to be made. But it'll probably be easier for me to go solo. But,
Understood.
hmm.
If anything happens, or if you have any funny feelings, just send up the flag because we need our numbers right now. So don't take any unnecessary risks.
No, yeah. Although at this point, anything that they throw at me, if it's just normal people stuff, is going to be less terrifying than Adam. So yeah, that guy's terrifying. But yeah, I'll do my best.
Gotcha.
What about you, Henri?
This is not even my city. I'm new here. I have been, as Reem was to say, I was alone there for a long time. I don't. I mean, with Miss.
So what you're saying is, sorry, I
Uh,
was going to say is that. Oh,
go ahead.
oh, I was going to say that with your accent and being new in town, you would make the perfect like tourist bait, I guess. If there's crime that's like that's going after people that are new in town, having you as bait might be useful, but
Out of character.
I guess
I am looking for Zeno's candy.
Toot toot.
I was just thinking of Inspector Clouseau.
So I can I puts the camera around the neck and snaps the pictures. I can do that.
I believe you need a fanny pack.
The crazy nightlife here in this city. I had to put a different face on, of course. But
But do either of you plan on staying then? I'm sensing some sort, at least from you, there's some sort of hesitancy.
Miss Trudy has given me reason and purpose to stay within the city because I have
Okay.
repurposed myself to leatherworking once again. I have refound my craft, so I have no intention of leaving. My house is ready to go and selling wares at this point. It's I have not made or created or crafted in quite some time, so it's been very nice. That's why I have been. So
Well, there are several studios right down the street that might you might find a profit from, or perhaps a purpose to sell your wares.
well, I was gonna bring some of my goods inside there and sell. All right. Oh, and as Miss the Demaris was saying, I could even maybe to Gould the shop owner, and I can go from there.
You could do that, or you could just set up
Why
a
not?
legitimate business.
Well, I could do both.
Yeah, of course. But the point I'm getting at, more towards Hesperia's point, we need numbers, and we need to obviously make sure that there's reasons for you to stay. That it's not just you're here because it's a storm out there and you just want to lay low, because that just means, once that goes away, then you move on. We obviously want to make sure that there are those that everyone's amenable to work with, that bring something to the table, have a reason to stay.
No, it makes sense. It's to be honest, I have not set roots in a while. I have gone a decade here, a decade there, but it's, there's no been real reason to stay. I have not spent much time around my brethren here, so this Coty area is very nice. I can see myself at being one with these people. Yeah.
Mm. Okay. Well, so I'll tell you what. We need to try to find a way on a completely separate issue. As you could probably tell when we came in here, this particular end of the street, mostly this block, has really nothing going on for it anymore. Most of the shops have moved on. I think there's an El Cheapo dollar store at the other end, which really doesn't scream, hey, shop here. And at one point in time, which a lot of Ashland mirrors, a lot of small artsy stores were in this particular area. So if you think you can do it, I would be happy to put you in contact with somebody in the prop department at the Shakespeare's Festival and their studio, and that might be a way to funnel some income for you for custom leather working and costume design.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Because what I did make quite some time ago is quite outdated. But it is very specialized. I've been looking at new plans and new outlines to see what I can work with. But yeah, the Shakespeare would be that'd be quite, I don't know, quite exquisite. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. I would like to work with them, and as far as shops, some type of bookshop would be good. So like if someone would open books, was that something like collectible and rare? And that well, not my bookstore, say, but but that might be something too. I mean,
Okay. Yeah, definitely. And I have contacts at the university. That's my main thing. So I'm sure we can try and find, or at least maybe find some lots of books that are for sale to, build up some stock for something like that. That's always an option as well.
I do not see that so much anymore. Is that not something that sells so much? I'd say it's years ago. You would find a bookstore, at least one or two in each city that you went to. But I have not seen is a bookstores. Is this not something that sells?
Not really here. There's only one place that I know of that kind of matches that, and it's called the Dragon Marsh, and it's a hybrid bookstore occult store. The rest of them are all like there's a Barnes and Noble across the way, so they're mostly like that, like a big chain store or something like that. Nothing like the smaller, more personal shops. And I think there's like one or two used bookstores around here, but those are all like romance novels and secondhand stuff.
I have been to the books with the comics, the strips, but that was not what I thought. It was you just walk in and there's like that. There's Superman and
Right.
It was, and it's very smelly though. The men that were inside there did not bathe so well.
I think they call that gamer funk.
Oh, it was a specialized funk indeed.
Yeah, yeah.
But just a place of true books. This Barnes and Noble is kind of like it's like I say like a Walmart of the America popping us all over the place. And they have to have one Starbucks in each of their Barnes and Noble as well. So
Right.
It's just, and it's so damn bright inside those places. It's just.
I'm sensing that you and Sophie probably have a lot in common.
I have met Sophie, and she is very nice. We really haven't had a whole lot of chance to talk to each other.
Yeah, she's been kind of busy, from what I can tell. But
All this entrepreneurship is music to my ears.
well, the businesswoman speaks. I would imagine. Hesperia, if you'll humor me for a moment, maybe it might not be a bad idea to try and work your man Remus in with a local gang or something.
I know
He
not.
seems a little too
Remus
queasy.
is kind of. I don't
Like
know.
a-
I don't see Remus within a gang per se because violence is not his first get go, as you would say.
I think the whole murdering thing is more not his thing.
Yeah, I like to avoid it when I can. And I also, um, not the greatest at holding myself in if I see something that I really don't like, and I'm probably bound to. But
I could see where you're going with this. However, I'm just a little worried that I don't know. Do you have someone in mind, like gang wise, that you think he'd be able to maybe assimilate fairly easily with?
I was more speaking out loud. It's not really so much my thing, but I mean, gangs don't all have to be murderous.
No, no, understood.
Yeah, I know.
You
Like
know,
my
if
gang is pretty cool.
well, okay, well, so I mean, there
Cool.
you
You have a
go.
gang?
Right. I mean, so then you have something like that.
I
The
am.
point
I'm an
I'm
honorary
getting
member.
Wow.
the point I'm getting at is that Remus, I get that you are Godsmack, you stand alone, but it may
What?
be wise to work within the element that you're most familiar with and give yourself some more manpower.
Oh, you know where I have been to a place. Oh, it's. They have clothing, lots of clothing, and old used clothes. It's a Goodwill. I could see Remus like being like is a manager or of the Goodwill or working because the clientele that goes into this place is is the type of clientele that you may feel comfortable with. And occasionally there's a well dressed person looking for a good deal, but it's the Goodwill that I used to is to hang out near San Francisco. It was very different, that's I could see that's or Salvation Army was not so much. That it was not that there has the food and there was there's a Christian element was crazy, but the good was the people coming and going from there. That's I could see that for you. Uh,
So
just throwing it out.
so you so your suggestion is that he is the vampire Goodwill.
No, not the Goodwill. Is that he would the as far as the people that come and go, it's a busy place, and so he could talk to the people and meet the people and I don't know. It's
So
just
he
idea.
so he would run a Goodwill.
Yeah, like as a
Uh,
manager.
okay. I mean, I know we're kind of talking around him, but it's an idea.
But
I guess.
if that's too much, you just do it, be an employee, at the place.
I mean, if we're pushing Remus into a social situation so he can help us investigate the reasons for these anomalies in the city, then I'm not sure that a retail experience might be best.
I was
Although I
thinking just
appreciate your fervor, Henri.
yeah, I was just thinking more in terms of his element and giving him the capability of like a small group of people that he can go to if he needed to make something happen instead of just relaying information back to like one of us and we act. This would give him a little bit more independent or give him a little bit more autonomy and the ability to do the things that he's wanting to do. Because so far, I mean, I can't really fault a guy who doesn't want to go on a murderous rampage. I'm okay with that. That shows some restraint. So that means if he had some guys at his back, he's probably going to try and keep them in line to the same standard.
oh, so you're thinking less about me joining and more about me running.
Yeah. Or starting your own or
Huh.
something. It just,
mean-
if nothing else, it's my experience. Okay, let me back up real quick. You're a gangrel, right?
Technically, yeah.
Okay. It's just in my experience, your clan tends to do better along those lines, because you're. I don't want to say it's in a bad way, but because you are closer to the ground, so you're going to give off that vibe faster than a lot of the other one, a lot of the rest of us here would, because you're already going to feel and look like them, so the buy-in is there.
It's
And if you're
true.
going to be doing this, you might as well have some, you might as well have some people that can, help back you up, or additional eyes and ears.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
And I,
I've not really. Oh, I mean, I've never really been in that kind of role. I don't know how well I'll do at it, but I mean,
just think of it as a small felonious family. Or, yeah.
I mean, is that what you guys are? Like technically?
Sometimes.
A felonious family. I like that.
I can actually say my extended family does actually fit that description to the T.
Except for the small part.
Right. Yeah, except for the small part. We're actually not small. We're rather large. Not that I am. Obviously, I have academic studies. I'm not the underworld type, but I have cousins and uncles that are.
Hmm.
It's a thought. I'm just throwing it out there as another idea.
I have to say that I was very skeptical at first, but I do think this is probably the best idea for Remus to do some research for us. Just think about it, Remus. You can be leader to the group and have them go do things for you. They can go make sandwiches for homeless people.
Well, I mean, there's that, and actually, since you brought that up, we do have a problem with the homeless in this area. I mean, it's been that way for 20 years easily. Who better to help try and guide some of those guys to well, I don't want to say a better life. Some of them are probably never going to have a better life, but at least some sort of guidance and protection. I mean, who knows what you'll find out from just that sort of word of mouth.
I mean, I'm all about protecting people that need it. Um, I guess I just never really thought of like a gang being a place to start recruiting. Um, as far as sandwiches go, yeah, I don't know. I've never really. Uh, I've also never heard of like a gang being in like a situation where they're like doing like social work, like helping out people. But hey,
I don't know. I see things all over TikTok and all over the social medias these days, and I don't know, young people, whatever. I think it'll work.
What is this TikTok?
Have you looked
Yep.
up Have you looked up bikers against child abuse?
What he said.
That's a gang that does charitable work all the time.
I mean, I
Well, we've established you didn't have a phone before you got here, and you don't currently have a car. So, I mean, I get it if you haven't spent time in front of the TV a whole lot.
I mean, I watched movies and stuff. Like I know, like I don't know, performance kind of stuff. Like,
Well,
in fact, as you all were talking about gangs, the first thing I thought about was West Side Story. And if I could make my gang Sharks or Jets, then I think it'd be worth it.
You know what, Remus? You can teach them how to dance if you want to.
I
I
want to
could
see
teach them how
them.
to leave their cares behind.
I was going to say I want to see them do the snapping too. If you're going to do that, like they've got to come up to you and when they're getting ready to report, doing the thing.
Yeah,
And
and
that's
Remus will actually,
admission.
yeah, Remus will actually like do like a quick routine from West Side Story.
Oh God. Okay, so what is your performance and charisma?
Uh, My charisma is 3. My performance is 2.
Oh, he got a halfway decent dice pool. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
5 dice. It's not too bad. Potentially. Here come the ones.
What's the
difficulty
what's the difficulty?
6?
Okay, so that is 2 successes.
Okay.
Nice.
So from memory, from the top, you just pick some random scene and you're just like, and spin and snap and do do a little bit of a song, and he's not bad. He may have been an extra somewhere.
I'm gonna grab Hesperia's shoulder and just be like, "What the hell is going on? What is he doing?"
I don't know it at this point, and I don't know that I'm any more comfortable with him being in a gang. So I'm gonna go sit down.
Wow.
So
I'm
Klein is
like, why you
making
don't?
Shakespeare and you're doing a dance number over here. It's just
Okay.
In fairness, West Side Story is just Shakespeare, but set in New York with gangs. And are you saying that gangs like can't do arabesque as he does it, like one leg like behind him?
All right.
Hesperia just gets
no,
very
you don't
serious,
have to
and
what
she goes
do
to
it.
sit
I'm
down in the
fine.
corner with her head in her hands.
Oh,
But yes, I'll be the leader of the gang.
and my goodwill was a bad suggestion. This dancer over here, that's fantastic. So,
Well, to be fair, we didn't know he had this capability prior to your suggestion for Goodwill. So,
The dancing?
yeah, we didn't know he could dance like this.
oh, it's amazing.
Hey, wait a minute. Isn't it, Trudy, you would know this. Isn't it a thing in the Camarilla, like when they hold some sort of Elysium, sometimes vampires come in and they do like talents and talent shows and shows off at the salon?
Of course, but the Toreador usually put that sort of thing on.
Hesperia, you got to
What?
get on it.
I gotta start
No.
it. We barely have anybody to be in a talent show, let alone judge a talent show. I
Just-
mean, I guess
you can carve someone.
You've got Sophie, and apparently you've got Remus.
let's go get some drug blood, and I'll meet you guys back at the crib.
Drug blood. And now I'm a wizard.
Are you gonna do a magic show?
I can do tap, and Remus will take off his shoes, and you'll see his like. I've got my long like gangrel toenails because I keep frenzying, and I'll start doing like a tap dance with my little like dog toenails, like.
Oh my god.
Do you guys think I could still make
Damaris
it
is just
in the
gonna
gang?
go up to him and just be like, stand up and look at him and just go, smack. Don't ever do that again.
Oh, we
Well,
are.
Probably the first time in a long time.
I am sufficiently impressed. I did not anticipate this. Uh-oh.
I'm something. I don't know what the word is.
Mr. Remus, what happened to you?
And as he puts his shoes back on, my mom was she was gonna be a professional dancer, but then I happened, and so she like. No, she and I spent a lot of time together because my dad wasn't home a lot, and she's the one who taught me how to dance. So I always I don't know, whenever I get to do it, I get to sort of be reminded of her a bit. But
Did you ever want to
Yeah.
do that professionally? Is that something that you wanted to do with your life?
I honestly didn't know what I was gonna do. I just wanted to try to give her a better shake than what we had. But that's not really an option anymore.
Well, sure it is. If I'm going to be working with a Shakespeare troupe to make their costumes for them, we can get you involved in a stage show.
I'm
I
sure
mean, I don't know.
a number of things that I mean, you could take a class. I was on campus a little while ago, and I watched a very interesting performance. I mean, a quality performance, not a strange performance. And you could do something with that if you really wanted to.
I mean, that's not really what I'm around for anymore. I mean, that was me before like I died. Like that was before I was Remus. Like
There's
now.
rule that says that you can't enjoy your life and get something creative out of it.
I mean,
What she said.
I guess so, but
You
this
are
still
allowed
seems-
to have dreams, Mr. Remus.
I do have a dream, and the dream is that people that whoever is going through the same thing that I was going through up in the north part of town or the south part of town, that they don't have to have it as bad as I did. You know,
Okay. Well,
like I mean, if I survive, I've got forever to dance. You know, but how much time do the people living up north have, or in the south, or who are having drugs and stuff pushed at them? But you know, I don't know. I was not a like street person by choice. That's sort of the camouflage. Like like I actually like bathing. Like I like being clean. This is yeah. No, yeah, I wasn't yeah. Hmm. And he just like gets awkward again. But I don't know. I could try joining the gang if that'll help, I guess.
well, it was an idea. Just mull it around or something, and maybe talk to
Who,
Hesperia or something.
who's to say that your influence couldn't prevent them from doing the wrong thing and teach them to do the right thing?
I guess so. I've always just been so focused on the hunt that I didn't really think about like I don't know, being a shepherd, I guess. I was too busy being a wolf.
Well, that's all
Another
I've got for
very
now.
happy to have met you people. This is just very. I have not had a conversation like this. I don't know either. So this is just very very
Well,
interesting.
well plus I also don't think that they're gonna have toe shoes in like dog toenail size either.
You
So
know, I know a guy that could probably make you some.
I can make the boots for you.
Yeah, Henri works with the leathers. He can make you some specific dancing shoes.
Some customized clothing just for you, Mr. Remus. Monsieur, you'll be
Oh,
very,
man.
very happy with I make for you. Some boots with some tapping shoes on there. Oh, I can just see it now.
I'm sure I'll blend in with the rest of the gang members.
I mean,
Hello.
I'll make some calls and I'll see who we can get maybe get you in with, and we can see what the dress code is, and then if they allow fancy dancing shoes, you're set.
I'm sure we could get you a doctor's note or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like having an ergonomic keyboard just for your feet.
Ergonomic shoes. But that's all I've got at this point. Does anybody got anything to add to this impromptu meeting?
Anyone else want to tell their life story?
I don't know. I think that was a lot for an impromptu meeting. I'm gonna. No. It's quite all right. I'm gonna go ahead and take my points of action. Does anyone else have something to discuss?
Jerome, yep. Can you refresh my memory for a moment? Do we know what happened to her library? That was the the joint one, like not the joint one, but like the communal sort of haven. Was that destroyed as well with all the books, or
Yep.
left alone? I don't remember.
No, that one got burnt down. In fact, you was Ezekiel was in there when it went up. He was a part of the Revolutionary Whispers.
Oh, that's very sad. Gotta start all over.
Yeah. I remember if I had a cult library or not. I was building up for it. Damn it. Okay, then that's all I had.
Okay.
Maybe you could get in with that bookshop / occult store. Give you a good way to
Mm,
get some text going through.
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna check out Anzio's as well. I am actually technically I'm part of a gang. It's a more of an occult type gang.
I'm not familiar with that concept.
Jerome, what was the name of that gang? I forget.
The South Side Souls.
Side Souls.
What is an occult gang?
They basically dabble in my type of spirituality. I don't really know how else to describe it. They're technically a gang. Around for a while. They deal in more of the darker areas. So it's not like your drug running gang, but they are known in town as a gang.
Do you think they might have some intelligence on the crime wave that we're getting?
They might. I can talk to the leader, who's one of my ghouls. So, yeah, I can talk to him.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and head out. I have some things that I need to set up back at the Cedar House for the incoming Donna, and I'm going to need to make sure that things are ready for her. If anybody needs me, obviously you've got my number. Just go ahead and text or call or whatever pops up.
All right, thank you.
Good luck.
So, Quan exits.
It was a very interesting conversation, I must say.
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting that. First things first, did we decide who was going to work on the police aspect of this situation, or should I start sending out feelers to find a goal?
Quan had mentioned that they had an inn, but he didn't indicate
Specify.
any plan of action there.
Yeah, I have a very minor influence in the police field. Not much to really speak of, but if we pool our resources together on the police aspect, we could maybe get a better contact.
That's right.
Yeah. I do know somebody in the police, but they're kind of they're nobody higher up, but I don't know. They might know something.
If we can get some sort of a face, if I can get an in, and I don't know, we can figure something out. We just need our foot in the door right now. So that works too.
I haven't dealt much with the police. I'm not sure how to follow up on their financial situation.
Who is above the police? Who polices the police's money? is it city council?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we look there.
That is an idea. I've been trying to work my way into the business aspect of town, but it's been a bit slow going. What with the interruptions that we've had lately.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. You know, with all the new business and all of the money that you're pumping into the city, that might like deserve a meeting with somebody from city council to discuss further development plans for Ashland.
I could express my concern over um, this recent crime wave.
And with a looming possible taking away of the funds that would come to Ashland, that might give you some pull.
I need a contact there, though. I'll see what I can do about that.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and try and find any information as well. I'll go ahead and search online for whatever contact information for just general city council, like if we can just set up a meeting and I'll forward it to your.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd have a like a general phone number where you could reach like the front desk or whatnot. You at this time of night though, you'd have to leave a message.
Mr. Cronin,
Yes, ma'am.
um, see who I would need to talk to about um, pulling some strings with the city council.
Will do. Do
See
we
if
have
we can
a?
set me up a meeting tomorrow.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask is if we had a time frame. Ma'am, you had a text message come in while you were talking.
I'll take a look.
So he walks over and hands her the phone.
I pull up the message.
Okay, it's a text and it's in your IM.
Oh, I turned off my Facebook.
Shame on you. No, I get it. That's fair.
Just gonna pull this up.
Sure.
Or make Seth pull it up for me.
So you make Seth do it for you?
I don't know how to use this thing.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Okay, so he just puts it. He's like, oh, right. So he just grabs the address and then he puts it into a, like a search bar sort of thing. And he says, it's a house for sale, ma'am.
Is that a swimming pool?
Affirmative, yes.
Wow.
It reads that it's 7-bedroom, 7-bath. Given the individual this came from, I am assuming, although I don't want to assume, ma'am, that this was the talk that you had with him.
Yes. This is a suggestion on that project.
Did you need me to reply or can you?
I'm gonna push the button, the talk to text, and say,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to go check it out. And send that.
Okay.
Doesn't look half bad.
So Another text comes back, and it says, and it gives you a time frame for tonight.
I'm gonna reply and say, should I bring friends?
Text comes back and says yes.
Reply, we'll be there.
And so Seth is just kind of holding onto the phone, waiting to see if you need him to put it away.
Y'all want to go look at a house? You think 7 bedrooms is enough for you?
For us, like for a haven, that's amazing. I would like 7 bedrooms. I would like a bedroom to myself. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look.
So I just posted the address in the group chat for Facebook.
Okay.
So should any of you wish to pull up the actual listing and look at it for visuals, you are more than welcome to.
It's on Zillow.
It is.
How far away is it from where we are right now?
It's clear across town.
Okay. Remus, would you like to ride with me again?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
No, that's okay. Well, Bear's in the car outside, so we can take it. Use the campfire.
In fact, when you guys look at it, it's on the south side of south side of town near Immigrant Lake.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I don't know about that.
This house is fancy.
Isn't that where the werewolves live?
I mean, crap.
Well, we could go take a look.
I mean,
Why would we move out there where the werewolves are?
Well, 7-bedroom houses don't grow on trees.
It's got a nice kitchen. This is George talking. I'm sorry.
Remus doesn't use kitchens.
Remus doesn't have a bedroom.
Not no mo.
wait, so out of character, this is near the werewolves, the rural werewolves or the
Yep.
city werewolves? Okay.
The rural
The
ones,
rural
yep.
ones.
I wouldn't have such a problem with the city ones, but you know.
You're like, oh, we became actual neighbors. Oh, darn.
Oh, I need some sugar.
Be like, what are you going to use this for?
I brought you a bundt cake pan, but we don't
Bundt?
need it. That's okay.
Bundt cake.
Oh, it's a bon. It's a cake. There's a hole in this cake.
So we're driving on out there.
Are you guys actually going to go all the way out to that particular one?
We have any other business tonight?
I mean, yeah, I need to go to Anzio's.
Should we do that first?
And keep your
Well,
foot
I mean,
off
I
that
can do that
blasted
myself. You guys
summer
don't have to come with me.
flange.
If you guys want to check out the property, I'm fine.
Oh, thank you. Vancouver by Night is actually hosting us. So if you heard that screaming out there of the blasted Samo flange, thank you very much, guys. Yay.
You.
So
Thanks, guys.
you do have that option. Anzio's would very clearly be on the way if you were to go that route. Or you could inquire and see if there are any other homes available in the area that you could try and use as a haven.
I'm going to send another text to Malcolm and say, wait, was it Brittany knows that that's where the werewolves were, and Sophie knows that, but I don't remember if Trudy knows that.
You sure do. Trudy was
So
there
did
for
we-
the
we
conversation.
discussed that last week?
Yep, last game that actually came up.
All right, then I'll send a text back to Malcolm saying, I think I think there are werewolves around that lake.
What?
You get a text back.
I
Oh,
don't think that's a good
shit.
location.
Sorry, forgot about the water puppies. 1 second.
I did not do so well with the werewolves we met the other night. I am not very happy to go hang out near the puppy fuckers, I guess. That's
Oh God, I forgot that they said that.
I did too.
I have wished we could have left that in the last game.
Wah, wah, wah.
Okay.
we're talking about werewolves. That's the first thing that I'll up with.
Yeah.
Oh, puppy fuckers.
Well, I mean, the big problem there is he doesn't know political alignment. So it's like he knows that there are some vampires that are like wild raging hormones of testosterone, and then there's others that try to be pretty political, and it's like he doesn't know the difference between Anarchs and Camarilla and Sabat. He just knows that there's some that think that they're badass and will go at a werewolf with a chainsaw for some reason. But he has sent 2 other addresses. I just went ahead and posted them in the group chat so you guys could pull them up individually if you'd like to.
Cool.
Oh, 8 beds, 7
Night,
baths. But
Justin.
this one's only
Thanks for stopping by,
4,000
dude.
square feet?
You have a good night too, and congrats on that book. For those of you who didn't know, he finally got his book done. I think it's printed and available for download, I think, on Amazon now.
Awesome.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, congratulations.
Hey, Justin, before you go, can you throw out the name of that book so we can, or like a link to it, so we can try and promote it for you? And if you didn't catch that, I can always catch them on Facebook and try to do it that way too. But it's a supernatural tale. If I understand correctly, it had... There you go. He just sent out the link.
Nice.
So I believe it was about... I think it was about magic users and so werewolves. There we go. Yeah, I was close. It's on topic.
Is that 451? This is Todd, not Henri, but 451. Is that it says Abigail's bed and breakfast? So it's a bed and breakfast that's for sale.
Yes.
Could serve as a multi-family estate.
Yeah, it could.
That one's only 4,000 square feet, though.
Yeah, I really I really liked that one. However, the 209 Almond Street, the bluebird blue on the house, it just pops, and I really like that one, Trudy.
It's got some curb appeal.
It does. I mean, we're down 2 bathrooms, but I mean, how many humans do we expect to have in there? The Haven at any time, I suppose.
Probably not enough to use them all at the same time.
Probably.
Oh, this one has a pool too.
And it's 2 houses.
Huh. That is very interesting.
So is it a
And this is
greater
in the
house?
background.
Or a house? How does that work?
Is that a what?
It says it's 2 houses on the property.
Mm-hmm. Just 2 buildings.
Why not?
And then the pool has its own little pool, like shed, whatever.
That's kind of adorable. Y'all want to go see this one?
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
I'll send Malcolm a text.
Okay. So he just indicates the same time frame then.
Okay.
While you guys go look at the house, I'm gonna split off and go to Anzio's.
All right, we can drop you off.
Okay.
The listing for my house that I'm doing my leather working in, it's not coming up, so I don't know the address. I just trying to find out how far it is from here.
Oh, I might have saved that one out. Let me see.
Yay, visual aids. But so we'll get to you then. You get dropped off in front of Anzio's, and it is still hopping busy, with a small line waiting out front of people going in. The nice fenced in front patio area with some heating lamps out there to keep everybody warm. And there's about 5 or 6 people out there eating and just kind of enjoying the ambiance outside. Looks like it's a pretty crowded on the inside. Most of the tables are taken up. And the lady up front says, welcome back, ma'am. Did we have a usual table for you?
No. I actually wanted to see who your manager on duty was tonight.
Oh, that would be Hector. He's, I think, in the back helping cook right now.
Oh, okay. Do you mind if I go back there? I've just got to ask him a few questions.
Thanks.
Give me one moment, and I'll see if he's available. And she leans into a little microphone or a little radio that's attached right up here, and then calls forward. She says, one of the special guests is here. They're asking for Hector. And then, she does one of these numbers, to listen in. She says, he'll be out in about 10 minutes. Is that okay?
That's fine. I'll meet him in the back of the kitchen somewhere.
And did
I don't know, his office, wherever the main office is.
And did you need any of the? Did you need an allergen-free drink?
Actually, yes, I could use a little broth.
Okay, right away. And then she, puts in an order for that and just lets them know that, the rough vicinity that you'll be waiting for Hector.
Yep. Rachel's having a super brain fart. Auspex ones isn't aura perception, it's heightened senses, right?
Yes, it takes one of your normal senses and increases it. But you have to pick it at time you're using it.
No, I just forgot which level was 1 or 2 and all that. Okay, then I am going to kick up heightened senses for just hearing, to see if I pick up any names or any thing that might sound...
Okay. So you go ahead and pull that up, and then go ahead and give me a wits and alertness check.
It's an alertness. Wits is 3, alertness is 3. Put my dice out. 2. And it's dark and I can't see. See what happens? G's are in 6. Yep. Two.
Okay. It takes you a moment to filter out the background noise because it's, between the clanking of dishes, the other conversations that are going on right now. And I mean, it almost gives you a headache right off the bat when you do it. Just because it amplifies everything and you start to try and focus and listen to something that might sound semi-appropriate to kind of what you're looking for. And you end up hearing this guy end up saying, he says, "So I'm funny. I'm funny how?" and then you hear somebody else is like, "Oh, I don't know, boss. You're kind of funny that way. And it's like, well, I'm asking you, how am I funny? Do I look funny to you? No, boss. I can't see you. How can I know if you look funny? It's like, that's my point. Eat your gabagool, you son of a bitch.
I see two people going like at this.
Actually, you see a table of 3 people talking to something or like looking off in a direction that's just not there.
Talking to
But-
an empty chair.
But there is an empty chair.
There's somebody there. Okay. Well, I'm not going to interrupt the table. I'm just going to watch them.
Okay.
Rachel, how many dots did you take in Auspex?
I only got the one. I don't
Okay.
have aura perception, so I can't see if there's anybody there.
All right, never mind.
Okay, and then
I
so
wish. That's why I was asking what level I had.
yeah, gotcha.
So
And as you're waiting there, eventually a Hispanic man comes walking up. He has been busy. He's got an apron on. It's clearly got some stains on it from working. He's got a towel with him, and he's wiping off his hands. Bigger guy, a little on the portly side, but also on the muscular. Not like the cut and defined, but the I probably lifted a lot of big crates, sort of big, and I eat hearty. So he's your typical
Okay.
like big kind of bulky looking guy, and he's got short facial hair, short hair on top of his head, all black. And he says, the front said you wanted to see me, and you've already got your drink by this point.
yeah. Do you mind if we talk privately for a moment? I want to ask you a few things because I'm sure you've noticed there's been a bit of lack of presence as well as just a bit stuff going on.
But oh right, yeah. Why don't you come back to the office? It's at
Yeah.
least quieter there.
She'll follow him.
Okay. So he just walks. It's your typical office in a restaurant. It's barely rates above a closet. It's got enough room for a chair, a desk, a computer to log stuff, and to be able to turn right around single file and walk right back out.
That's okay.
Her name was
So look,
Go.
I know you're busy tonight.
Her name was Go.
What?
The vendor that the Revolutionary Whispers. Her name was Go. The one who
Was
ran.
go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay. So Hector, sorry. Okay.
That's okay.
So Hector, I know you're real busy tonight. I won't take up too much of your time, but obviously Go is no longer around. So I kind of need to know what has been going on around here. I know you guys seem to be sort of on autopilot right now, but we can't leave this place really unattended by one.
Oh yeah, no. I felt that she's not around anymore. So the staff and I have just kind of been like on autopilot. We're just doing what we're supposed to be doing. We figured that somebody might make contact. I guess that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. We've been trying to get a lot of things kind of addressed, and actually, if you were her ghoul, and if you are willing, I'm willing to take over that responsibility.
Yeah, to be perfectly honest, if I wasn't working, I'd probably be trying to find some crank or something because it's like I'm really jonesing for a hit.
Yeah, to be left bereft like that all of a sudden, it's not healthy for you guys. So, yeah, if you're willing, I'm willing to take over the responsibility for it because obviously you guys need some sort of guidance here and stuff. So, we really appreciate what you've done with honestly this running it as well as you have been so far. Clearly, Go knew what to do.
Okay.
place.
So then, just to let you know, including myself, there's 4 of us on staff that she tended to. Is that going to be a problem?
So you all 4 were her goals?
Is that the term?
Did others
Yes.
share responsibilities?
Yes. I'm
Did
sorry.
the
I'm not familiar with the term, but I think I heard it once or twice.
Yeah, ghoul is kind of an antiquated term. Basically, you were her assistant.
It's the blood thing, right?
You guys were, yes.
Okay. Then yeah, that's what it was.
So she had all 4 of you under her, or with her, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I can take on that many of you at once, but would the others still be willing to have another of our group take on that responsibility?
I don't think they care
Are they in the same sort of
just so long as
position?
the blood keeps coming, because I've been doing what I can to keep everything together, but I've got 3 other people that are starting to look like tweakers, kind of like me.
Oh God. Okay. Afford to. I can't. Rachel's thinking like I can't afford to have like 6 ghouls. Can't. I already have 2.
You could text. You could phone a friend. Text the group.
Would you like to use one of your
I'm
lifelines?
like, oh God.
Use your lifeline.
That is a lot of ghouls for
Yes.
one person.
All
Oh my
right.
gosh.
Of course, it's always about
Thank you.
isn't it?
We just
Should
had a new
2 of them
follower.
Woo!
Woohoo.
Woo!
You can always
So-
embrace one of them.
Remus doesn't.
So
even
what I'll
care.
do is I'll who do I call?
I don't know. It's
Hesperia.
entirely up to you. Yeah, Hesperia would be an appropriate contact.
Okay, so Hector, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna 2 of you right now. The other 2 though, I'll have to get one of our other groups to take care of you guys. If you guys can hang tight for a little bit, I can have that taken care of tonight.
Oh.
Started tonight.
For real?
Be able to. I don't see why not.
Oh shit! Thank you. Yeah. Let me go kind of break it down to the others real quick. And just use the office if you need to. I'll try and get that taken care of. And he like dashes
I
out
need to
real
make a
quick,
call.
kind of. He's excited, but you can already tell he's kind of twitchy.
Be the first one. 'Cause he needs to be able to run this kitchen. Damn it.
Okay.
So,
So
okay,
Hesperia's
she's gonna
phone
call,
rings.
Hesperia.
Beep 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 beep. You're muted, I think, or I can't hear you.
Hello?
There we go.
Hello.
There we
Sorry, I was outside
Hesperia.
my service area. Hey,
okay.
how's it going at the restaurant?
Pretty well actually. So basically, Go had them under her. So they felt the bond break. So they know that obviously there's not much. They haven't had any contact until now. So I told them that we would take on the responsibility of them being goals, maintain that with them. To at least maintain the restaurant. So I'm willing to take on 2 of them, but I need somebody else or 2 others to take on the other 2 in order to maintain control over this place.
I don't currently have any goals, so I'm happy to take the other 2. I know that you already have some people, so that's only fair.
I have 2 right now. The max I can really afford blood wise would be 4 realistically,
hmm
and still be able to form my own powers of the blood.
Understood. When we are done
So-
looking at this place, since it's on the way back, I will just send me the details of who is left, and I will make a visit to the restaurant.
Yeah, I'll if we can do it tonight, That's kind of the expectation I was giving him. I figured you guys would check out the property first. On your way back, stop by and get me. Maybe you could do it then.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Okay. All right, so then I'm gonna basically kind of get things settled down here, and then I'll wait for you guys. Just let me know when you're back.
We'll do. So I'm going to go ahead and hang up and just relay the plan to everybody that I'm currently with, that after we're done house hunting, that we're going back to Anzio's to tidy up our business.
And I am gonna request copies of like the books and the paperworks and all the accounting stuff that had been left behind and stuff. I don't know if he's been maintaining it or not, or if they had somebody that was dealing with that, but she's gonna want basically access to all of that.
Yeah. No, he's got that. I mean, in fact, as you're talking on the phone because he's not in the office. I mean, you can look down and see, that week's register of like the numbers and whatnot that are written down. So yeah, I mean, he's clearly been keeping up on it.
Cool. This is a good guy. He's gonna be a good ghoul. I can already tell.
His numbers start to look even more shaky the later in the month it gets.
Yeah. Yeah, you can
Right.
definitely tell there. I mean, he still has good handwriting, but you can definitely tell where, he
shakes
took
are
he took his time and everything looks good. And then like this last week, it's been like, it's looks like it was quicker. It's more doctor writing,
He can't
sort of
math
thing.
anymore.
Yeah. So those of you who show up at the place, sitting out front is a dark-looking sports car, probably a Mustang of some kind or something of that nature, and it's a classic, not one of the current models. So real nice in design. There is an individual standing out front, dressed all in black, with a nice button-up shirt that is tied up. It's got like a mandarin collar. He's got a suit coat and slacks on, and very long hair let down on that kind of just flows down to either side. I think Hesperia, you would know who this is. You've met Malcolm. Trudy knows who Malcolm is.
We're friendly.
Yes. And so he just happens to be waiting there, and there's somebody who has keys in their hand, and they're kind of pacing back and forth, talking to themselves. And as all of you, kind of pull up, Malcolm leans forward off of the car, and he walks over to Trudy and takes her hand politely and kisses the top of it. And he says, I'm glad you could make it. Don't mind the realtor. She's just kind of edgy for some reason, showing homes late at night.
Do I need to have a word with her?
No. I've got it. It's okay. I take it. This is the rest of the group. I don't.
Most of us.
Have I met your other friends?
Oh, Henri, this is Malcolm Velanese. He's with the Giovanni.
Oh, enchanté.
Have you met Remus?
I don't believe I have.
Remus, this is Malcolm.
Hey man.
Hi, and you can tell that even though she introduced him as a Giovanni, he does not have an Italian accent. It's actually kind of hard to place, but he does speak with an accent.
Wait, so he does speak with an accent, or he doesn't?
He does speak with an accent, but it's clearly not Italian.
Like British. It's kind of British-ish.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it has a little bit of a British or European twang to it, but not like, straight up English or Australian or something like that. It's hard to place.
Is it sort of like the accents they use in Star Wars for like the Empire? Just like
No.
vaguely accented?
Nope, he is not space Nazi.
Okay.
Jerome, I've got 2 in linguistics and spent quite a bit of time in Europe. Can I try to recognize it?
Oh,
Or
you absolutely can try. Go ahead and give me a wits and linguistics check. You may not speak the language, but you may recognize it.
Yeah. I don't know why linguistics is not on the gangrel sheet. That's so bizarre.
I have 3 successes.
3 successes. You have actually encountered it once,
Okay.
one time, and that's the reason why it stands out to you. It's South African.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to say anything because I don't know. I don't want to just drop that in the middle at the beginning of conversation here.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
So, thank you for putting this together. Let's get a move on.
no, it's quite all right. I when you first brought it up, I did remember that the Haven issue is still a lingering problem. So
This
I
is
I
this
figured
is
I would
Max,
hop on that.
sorry, what was his name again? Maxwell?
Malcolm.
Malcolm. Maxwell, somebody else.
Yes, Maxwell is also a coffee.
Yeah.
So he has the realtor walk over and open the door, and of course start showing you the floor plan for the house or the vacancy that you were looking for, which is the 209 Almond Street. And you're walking around. He's like, so this obviously didn't have as many, or it wasn't quite as big as the other one, but I hope it's okay.
You know, everyone seemed real excited about it.
Oh,
Even though it has fewer bathrooms, we agreed that that wasn't really an issue.
I would hope not. I think there may be some other underlining concerns with the Anarchs if you actually did need all those bathrooms.
Well, I mean, there's, the post-fight cleanup
Oh, well,
is
okay.
always kind of an issue.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, Sophie has a whole room that's a closet, so maybe she can just convert one of those bathrooms. I don't know.
Okay. And as you guys are going through it, and he says, Trudy, now I know that you are a little overextended as far as like your business ventures and whatnot that are going on. If you wanted to speak to the others and come up with an arrangement or something, I'm sure I can help cover this, so that you could, the rest could probably move in or utilize it or whatever the needs might be.
The neighbors are very close. It's a nice house, but the property is not so very big. How are the neighbors? Are they the nosy neighbors, or they keep to themselves, or
I can't really speak to the neighbors directly. The neighborhood is good, but the neighbors are going to be what you make of it. What you're going to specifically run into problematic, or what you're going to find problematic here is while there are places that are outside of town that you could probably buy, you're going to run into issues where that's out in the woods. That's far away from. You're basically you're getting your privacy, which I understand is concern, but you're also losing you're losing some capability of defense, in a manner of speaking.
no? I don't understand. Is that
Like the werewolves that are outside of town.
There is a little matter of needing to get somewhere quickly,
Right.
which is obviously a drawback about your place, Henri.
well, it's Robert? We were looking at the map. And he said that it's about 15 miles, maybe 30 minutes north of here. So I would I mean, I may spend more time at my home, and if to say if this shit hits the fan, I would stay here. I do
And
not need a full room. I can sleep anywhere.
if you should decide that you would rather be here and you no longer need that property, that is not a problem. I can always
I,
work that out.
well, no, but I have made the leather working there, so um, if the only thing I could think is if I could if I were to go someone that could stay at that home and take care of that home and continue leather working. So if I could, I guess, ghoul a leather worker that could take over, I could train and take over this shop, and I could split between houses.
Certainly, that is of course an option. I don't see anything wrong with you being wherever you decide you need to be.
It's nice. I like it here. It's just very open. It's very very clean. Sperry, are you okay with it being this clean?
No,
Yes, thank you.
but it's not Sophie's house, so I'm also okay with that.
Is Sophie's house like dirty?
No, but I may have made a few messes and now it might be a little dirty and I kind of just want to stay out of her way. So,
And so you want your own place, is what you're saying. You want your own space.
yes.
Okay, all right, I get it. I'm so then. I mean, you're the Baron. If this is something that you want to do, I'm willing to work a deal and help your group get it.
Can I see the little house that is by the pool? Maybe that would be where I could stay.
The pool house, sure, good. The lady goes walking over there to go unlock that door to show you.
Now, Malcolm, what do you think about defense elements?
Well, I mean, the neighbors obviously still create kind of a problem about that, but it does give you. I mean, if it has its pluses and minuses. Obviously, somebody isn't going to come up and try to just blow the place up without having to try and take care of the rest of the neighbors or the nearby neighbors. That will pose an issue. So that's where it differs from the haven that you're unfamiliar with that they used to have. It kind of sat on its own tract of land and
Tracts of land.
this huge tract. So and it allowed the individuals who were attacking kind of free range to get up there without having to worry about getting innocents caught in the crossfire.
But of course, a lot of people that we deal with don't really concern themselves with that.
I mean that's true, but you want to blend in. If you stand out,
That is true. That is true.
that's always easy to spot. Plus, you can always, and I'm sure Mr. Cronin could probably give this place a once over as far as security is concerned, and do some consultating for you.
That is true. He is very efficient. Sure, we could work that out. And of course, Hesperia, if we get the restaurant squared away, that is a big factor.
Yes. I'm comfortable making an arrangement for this house unless anyone has any strong objection.
I'm gonna come back to the main house. I've been out like chilling over by the pool,
Mm-hmm.
the pool house,
Chilling out by the pool.
chilling out by the pool. Um, Looking at the map, there's like a large open property just south of us.
Mhm.
So when I'm at, and I think I would notice that at the pool house that, I mean, it's like an acre of land that's open there.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna like say to the realtor, I'm like, what is that area there? Is that a park or is that a?
And she kind of like looks back and back to Malcolm and then back to you. She's clearly fidgety about something, and she says, "It's just vacant land."
But will there be more houses there? I like that it is open, but I would not like a house built there. But I don't know how. Looking
How
at
would we acquire that property if it's not included with the home?
I
Maybe.
like that it is open. I like to be able to come and go as I please, and if I could enter our property from that area, and I had been ambushed before. It would be a very nice way to.
Trudy puts her hand on his arm as he says that. Just like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have been ambushed before. Oh,
I'm sorry, little lady. I do not mean to make you uncomfortable.
he is very popular.
He's kind of a rock star. He needs his privacy.
I enjoy privacy. In my homeland, I was very popular.
okay, sir. And
Are you okay?
she just looks to Malcolm, and he like looks at her, and she says, and then he says, "I would imagine the land is available, but obviously it's going to cost more to try and acquire it."
Maybe we could put that on the back burner and address it once we get our land legs.
Yep, that's perfectly fine. Just an innocent question.
Sure, no, that's fine. So then I will work out something and send it with Trudy so that the rest of you can sign. The council can sign off on it, and then I'll let you get back to whatever else that you need to do.
I want to try to win over this lady. I want to try to do the whole French thing and see if I can try to put her at ease and everything.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and use your charisma and.
I do performance. I just want to be all like.
Are you trying to perform like something from a play or something? Otherwise, it would be like expression or perhaps leadership.
I want to do like something I've seen in a movie before, like a French person that's
Read you the West Side Story.
No, like a French person with like suave lines and that kind of thing.
Okay,
trying to
sure.
like,
So you're recalling a suave romantic French film.
Right.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Cool.
Difficulty 7.
It's okay. I got a larger dice pool on that. So. Oh shoot! It doesn't matter how big your dice pool is if you have a lot of ones.
Oh no!
No.
Oh no!
Okay, I got a 1 and a 7. So I got 1 and a 7 and a 1 and an 8, and then I got a 10. So I got 1 success.
One success. Okay, so spontaneity wasn't really ever your thing. So you're trying to come up with something and you blurt it out before you really have a chance to you're trying to think of something sweet, romantic pickup line or whatnot. That's French. And you blurt it out before you really have a chance to pull it back. And what you end up quoting is Pepe Le Pew. So you're just more like you kind of lean and you're just like, I am looking somewhere to find you, my pigeon.
Does she have a wedding ring?
No, she does not.
Something hot to get.
Yeah.
Your hair, it is beautiful like straw. You have the face
So
of the
pokey and blonde.
So you had one success. So, I mean, you did pull off the quote accurately. So you kind of leave her in a confused stun enough to she's not jittery or whatnot. It was quite literally like, did he just try to pick up on me with Looney Tunes? So she's like, hi.
Bonjour. So once the property is purchased, and will you be helping us to move in, get settled?
Yes, yeah. That's the part of my job function.
Oh, excellent.
And I'm
Excellent.
to help arrange, I guess, moving trucks too, or something.
That's fantastic. I will appreciate seeing you again.
She's like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting hit on at work, there's nothing more that a lady likes.
Yeah.
She kind of smiles, but has more of that like Steven Tyler mouth, sort of like wide smile, uncomfortable, kind of just like smile and nod, and just politely starts to back away, and Malcolm just motions her away, and he's like, okay, so with that being said, then I'll also look into the other property to see roughly how much it's going to be, so that way you have an understanding if you're trying to get both.
"You're
Okay.
very kind."
So, did anybody else have any other questions about the property before I let her retire for the evening?
Uh, uh, this is just me thinking out loud. Being a person who is attired as I am,
Mm-hmm.
is it going to be a problem if I have to like slink in and out of here? Like, is it going to be like, am I going to have neighborhood watch or things being like, oh, there's some homeless person just wandering up and down the streets at night? Is it,
Well, to my understanding, the homeless don't really come around this area. Um, so that might make you a little out of the ordinary. So you may want to put on a better coat or something.
hmm.
If you could at least pass for the crispy Seattle weather and a nod to grunge, I'm sure you'll be okay.
We'll just get you a tracksuit.
I think I already have one. Like, I'm actually like wearing like a tracksuit because I think that was one of the clothes that was brought to me
It was
by
actually.
the
Right, I remember that.
Was that an Italian joke?
no, this literally just what they brought me.
Okay.
I mean, that's
Just
what
thought I would
Jimmy
make.
brought him.
Yeah, I was asleep for a
Thought I
few
would ask.
weeks.
Okay. Fair enough. So, um, and he leans forward to Trudy and he says, "So when you're done tonight, will you have time available, or is this kind of all encompassing tonight?"
I think we're just about done with business.
Swing by
Oh.
later.
All right.
Okay.
What?
So, the restaurant, huh?
Yeah, let's go to the restaurant. Yeah, let's do that. We can just chit chat on the way there.
So, scene transition as you guys are driving your way to, and of course, two vehicles on your way down to Anzio's. It's about an hour later, so we're looking at about 11 at night at this point. Things are starting to slow down at the restaurant finally. Damaris has fed two of the workers, so the Hector, the manager, and one of the other individuals that's currently working. And you eventually see the others come walking. It's about half a house from when you first got here at this point, Damaris, as you see the others come walking in.
Okay. I'll kind of flag him down sort of the back area. Oh, by the way, while I was there, I'm gonna kind of peek out occasionally and look at that table
Okay.
and still kind of see if I can just still kind of listen a little bit.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they're still there.
Additional.
Yeah, they're still there, and you know, occasionally they'll pause if somebody walks by or like a waiter comes by and whatnot. The others, two, it looks like two of the individuals are eating. One is just drinking, and the other is just like an empty seat.
Okay.
Are we
And
all there?
I'm just kind of keeping tabs on him, so to
yeah,
speak.
sure. It's all like casual chit chat. Occasionally they they talk to the empty chair, and a voice, tell the voice tends to uh, be a little authoritative to the other two individuals, and you hear that they get called Utes occasionally.
Nice.
The other one is just he seems more along with the ride and just kind of snickering as he drinks, occasionally.
I'll be right back.
Sure. He has kind of short brown hair, more olive looking skin, so clearly more of a European sort of look. A brusque build, probably was athletic at some point in time. But not like, full on bodybuilder, fully maintained health nut sort of thing. He's dressed not really in, I mean, he's dressed nice, but not like somebody who has a lot of money. So he's just got kind of like a polo and some khakis. There's a coat draped
Okay.
across the back of the chair sort of thing.
But they've been here for what, about an hour?
Easily an hour and a half.
Okay. Do they look like they're showing any signs of stopping? Like they're actually eating?
Two of them are, yeah.
Pardon me. Yeah. And what are the beverages for the other two?
The one looks like he's drinking some sort of wine. The other two are occasionally drinking either water or they're having something golden looking, so probably an alcohol of some kind.
All right, now I'll just wait for the others to arrive.
Okay. Oh, there goes Alistair again.
And she'll just flag them down.
He is so funny. So as you guys go walking in, those of you who know who the two Utes are, they are sitting at a table with somebody new and an empty seat.
I'm gonna kind of like look over their way, and I'm gonna do finger guns, like, "Hey, the Uteses."
Uteses.
I thought these were two different people. I thought these were different.
Wait, no, I thought these were the
Or
same.
maybe
Yep.
I didn't recognize.
They're the same.
Okay.
Oh. I forgot their names anyway, so,
They don't really have enough names.
So as you
Okay.
go walking in, you
Um,
see two people. Well, I should say you see three people, but you hear one doesn't say anything, but you hear three voices, and it's all like, "Hey!"
Hey, wait, who's there? Wait, is Vinny there?
Of course I'm here, Dollface. What
Oh
would you
my
expect?
gosh.
I'm watching out for my Utes.
Dude, I haven't talked to you in so long. How are you doing? How's the no body life living?
It's fair. It's fair. Although I skimmed on some bodybuilder the other day who was driving a train all over some spaghetti. Good times, absolutely good times.
That sounds pretty amazing. Very nice.
And he says, "Oh, sorry. All right. So Baron Hesperia, the mook over here next to the two Utes. This is Hadrian Della Passaglia. He's a cousin from the old country."
Hadrian.
And he stands, politely and pushes a napkin down. Yes, they've recently come to town.
Okay. Pleased to meet you. Your last name has too many syllables. You'll need to enter it into my phone for me.
Uh, sure. And so you're the others chuckle. And
I'm gonna actually open my phone and hand it to him. Please enter your contact information and your name.
all right. So he
For science.
starts typing that in there, and Hadrian Della Passaglia, and then the number 555.
What exactly, out of character? What exactly does he look like? Or like?
What's I'll have to find an appropriate picture for him offhand. I'm
The
thinking.
guy that you said has like the short brown hair and
Yeah, short.
nice clothes, but not fancy.
Yeah,
But-
I'm thinking.
But like more plain. What I guess what I'm getting at is more like plain, like normie guy, or
What do you mean plain norm? Like how he's dressed?
yeah, like.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, dress wise, he's not like standing out. He's attractive, but he's not like showing off wealth or anything of that nature. He's not wearing wingtip shoes. He's just wearing some sneakers and whatnot to kind of go with what he has. It's very utilitarian.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to Noah, how much of a severe hottie is he?
That's what I
Like,
meant. That is what I meant. I was trying to be tactful.
On a scale of 1 to Noah. Okay. So
What's his attractiveness score?
oh my God, here we go again, Rachel. We need to get a spritzer bottle. On a scale of 1 to Noah, he's a young Michael Fassbender.
Oh, okay.
Mm,
Oh,
okay. Good choice. Good choice.
Hi, Jessica. Hello.
Tell her who we just met.
Oh, she knows.
Oh, okay.
She's been sitting here for a while.
Oh,
She's been listening over to our game.
interloper.
Yeah, for a little bit.
So while we are setting up with that, you go ahead and give the others blood, and we'll go ahead and wrap it up there because it's coming up to 10, and we've been playing for about a solid 2.5 hours.
Nice.
So we'll go ahead and call it there. For those of you who are watching, this is part 1 of a double header. We have Cyberpunk coming up tomorrow. Normally they're on opposite weekends, but because we switched stuff around, we had a weekend where it's all hardcore gaming. And so we have Cyberpunk coming up tomorrow. That starts off at, what do we do? 6. Yes. 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is right now Arizona time. So right now it's almost 10 o'clock if that helps anybody watching and they need to know. This was our first game of the month. So before we go, do we have any birthdays?
It is
My daughter-
August.
Yes.
So next month.
Yeah, yours is next month. So negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. So who would like to roll for XP?
Me.
George got
I have a
fancy
D4.
dice tower.
Yeah, I have a D4 in a dice tower.
Okay, well,
Oh
then,
yeah, try that one out.
so we get to break in the dice tower. Okay.
Yeah, well, I rolled my ballet check through it earlier.
Oh,
earlier
not
too,
bad.
So
Not
Yeah.
bad.
okay, it's a 3. A 3 on the die.
Okay, so 4 points total for the month.
Okay.
Ooh. Really need to get us specs level 2.
And before we do that, where did I put? There's my dice. Okay, 1 second. So we have 5 people in chat. If I get a 6, then I'll just re-roll. I'm going to give an extra point to somebody randomly for an RP vote.
Oh.
1 second. So, Hesperia, you get an extra point for RP.
Yay!
Right.
Nice.
So, I thought everybody did a pretty good job, but I wanted to throw something out there randomly. And then next game since we were flip-flopping around, this should actually be the weekend for, typically the weekend for Vampires. So the next game for Vampires should be the 21st. Is that going to be okay?
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Okay. Okay, good deal.
I gotta check my social distance calendar.
Your schedule?
That's what I just did, literally. So
Okay, and so that means we'll have to rearrange something, obviously, for Cyberpunk after tomorrow, but we can figure that out, later.
Okay.
So cool. Alrighty, so thank you very much, everybody, for playing. I had a lot of fun. There was zero problems, zero loss in transmission of the game or the stream. Blah. And I hope if you've gotten a chance to take a look at the screen, I hope you guys like the layout. It looked pretty cool. I liked it.
Oh, I forgot to look at it.
very
So-
red.
It is. It is very red.
Very
Yes, I wanted to do
I like
something a
how
little bit
it's
different.
picking up my hair so much. I love it.
Oh yeah, so you get to see it.
Yeah,
Yep.
I took a photo of it. Alright.
I like how my background kind of blends into the background.
It does. It actually looks really good.
It does.
Alrighty, so cool. Well, thank you all. And if nothing else, I will see some of you guys tomorrow. And then Firefly would technically be the 12th, which is next Wednesday. Do we need to push that out, Todd?
Firefly?
Yes.
No, the 12th is fine.
12th is fine. Okay, cool. So then the
And
12th will be
What
Firefly.
are we doing with mixed breed on the 10th? Is that being postponed because I don't have everybody, or
That's up to you guys. If we want to just turn it into another night of character creation, we can. That's something I should probably announce. We've got a new game coming up, which will be on Monday nights at 7 p.m., which is Changing Breeds. So everything other than Guru. And Todd's going to be running that one. So I'll be running the board and making the layout and whatnot. But I will be playing for that one. Mwahaha.
and I shall storytell for you.
Yes.
It's gonna be cool. I'm excited.
So yeah, I mean we can post it out, or we can just turn it into another night of offline activity like we did before, and try to hash out characters or whatnot. I mean, we still got time to figure that out.
Right now.
So cool. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and head on out. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.